Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and welcome to another mediocre week for Grand Theft Auto Online. In today's video, I'll be letting you know everything you're going to want to know about this week's discounts, the new car that is being added into the game, and a little bit of information on the Cluck and Bell heist. In fact, let's start off very briefly with the heist. A lot of YouTubers have been putting that in the title of their video, and essentially, Rockstar is teasing the heist. That's it. The heist is still probably going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks out before it is released into the game. Rockstar's just making somebody, I think Vincent, call you on the phone so that you can hear a little bit about the heist. So essentially, don't get your hopes up. You're still going to have to be waiting at least 2 to 3 weeks before we actually get the heist, which is honestly really annoying. With that aside, let's break into this vehicle's cars and discounts. First of all, we have a brand new car coming into the game, the Impaler SZ. This vehicle looks really mediocre in my personal opinion. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. We'll have to see how its handling and overall lap time is in the future, and obviously this isn't my own personal vehicle, so I will customize my own tomorrow. So I'll have a video up on that. Make sure to stay tuned. I guess we'll see how it is. Honestly, it feels pretty good on handling. To be fair, it is in a sedans category, so it's not going to be anything insane compared to a sports car, but I mean, it actually feels pretty good to drive, so I can't bash on the car all too much. The Impaler SC, definitely not my style. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this vehicle. Then we break into the podium car, the Rebla GTS. This is a $1.7 million SUV. I actually personally think it's a nice looking SUV. However, at the end of the day, it's an SUV. They're kind of useless when it comes to GTA, because just buy an off-road vehicle if you want better off-road capabilities, and if you want people that want to, sit in a four-door, then just buy something like a Shafter V12, which is faster and is going to feature much better handling. But at least the car looks nice, and it's one of the higher top-speed SUVs as it is, so I can't hate on it all too much. And at the end of the day, it is a free car if you get it on the wheel spin. Then we break into our discounted vehicles. Starting off, we have the Hellion. This is honestly a really weird off-road vehicle. I'm a big fan of it. It's kind of like a Jeep that was turned into like a monster of a vehicle, and I think it looks really cool. It's not the fastest, it doesn't feature the best overall handling, but it is quite a good vehicle for off-road capabilities because of just how beefy this thing is. So I personally really like the overall design of the Hellion. It's also a pretty inexpensive vehicle. Normally it comes in at $830,000. This week you can get it for $580,000. So it's a fairly inexpensive vehicle to get your hands on as it is, so I really can't complain all too much. Gosh, these NPCs keep taking up all my parking spots. Next, we move on to the Paragon. The Paragon is actually a really underrated sports car. It features good top speed, it's got really good lap time for the sports category, and personally, I think it's a really nice looking car. I mean, the livery on it currently kind of takes away the niceness, but I think it's a really good looking vehicle. You can also get the Paragon Armored, which we'll be talking about in just a little bit, because this week has to do with the casino as well. But yeah, the Paragon itself is a pretty solid vehicle. It's normally $905,000. This week you can pick it up for $635,000. So it's a fairly inexpensive sports car, especially when you add on the discount, and I think it's a pretty good deal for how just basically inexpensive this vehicle is, and it's got good customization, it's got overall good things going for it, so really no complaints here. Then we move on to a sports classic, the Zion Classic. I really like this vehicle. This here's my personal Zion Classic, and as you can see, this car actually looks really nice. It is a two-seater, even though it looks like a four-door, which is kind of deceiving, but overall, it's a fairly fast and maneuverable vehicle. It's normally $800,000. You can get it for $568,000 this week. And as we can see, it's just a nice car. I personally like sports classics because they just have so much flair and design going for them. Obviously, you're not going to be breaking any records in this vehicle compared to the sports category or the supers category, but I just think it looks really nice. So I can't really say to buy the Zion, but if you do like the design of the vehicle, it's not a bad shout. We arrive to the Peyote Gasser, and honestly, there's nothing going for this vehicle. It's a cool car. Like, it accelerates really fast, and it's got cool customization, but apart from that, it is the worst handling vehicle. I mean, do you see how bad this thing handles? Look at how bad it turns! It's awful. To be fair, the gas was pretty cheap, only $800,000 normally, so you can pick it up for $560,000, but still, I mean, holy bad. Every time I drive the gas, I'm always hoping that, like, Rockstar gives it an HSW variant so you can have some ridiculous speed. But as of right now, the vehicle is not very fast, and because of that, it is quite lackluster, so can't really say all too much. Let's talk a brief bit about the money that you can earn this week, and that is for the casino. Double money on all the Agatha Baker story mode and missions. So if you don't own a casino penthouse, I would highly recommend to get your hands on one. And it gets even better, because you will also be getting 30% discount on all casino penthouses, and you're also going to be getting 30% on all upgrades. So it's just a really good week for the casino. The penthouse itself is pretty inexpensive as it is, which means you will actually make a lot of money back if you're going to be getting double money on all the story missions, especially from the bonuses if you haven't ever done them. So I would highly recommend to purchase a casino penthouse and focus on doing the casino missions. I think Rockstar recently made it so that you can do them as a solo player, which is really good. Plus, you will get a Paragon R Armored once you complete all the Agatha Baker missions as a bonus. And the Paragon Armored is a really nice vehicle. Not only is it a rare and unique car that a lot of people don't know about, but it does feature some bulletproof protection and survivability against one missile. Obviously, it's not as good as an Amani Tech car, but hey, still a free vehicle, no complaints coming from me. I don't think this is a great week. If you've already done the casino missions, there's literally no incentive to do them again. So that's the problem this week, is a lot of you have probably already done these missions and there's no point to do them. But if you haven't done them, I will honestly say it's a pretty good week, which I might break into tomorrow. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this update week. It's definitely a mediocre one. There's not a good way of really making money, especially from last week's Acid Lab. But at least we do have some okay discounts on vehicles here and there. To finish off today's video, we have this, the Pariah, which is our LS Prize Ride vehicle. The Prize Ride is a great way to get usually expensive cars for a very little amount of effort and making some cash in between racing. I would actually say that this week is a really good week for the Prize Ride. To get your hands on the Pariah, you need to win top 5 3 days in a row. That's super easy. I mean, that's it. Top 5 3 days in a row. So essentially, you just have to do one race every 3 days. You'll probably put about maybe 15-20 minutes of effort in, and you'll get a $1.3 million sports car. Not only that, but the Pariah is one of the fastest sports cars in the game. It features fantastic handling. It is an absolute dub of a vehicle, so I would highly recommend to get this car into your garage. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.